The FBI needs your help in locating this woman, Miss Maria Nina Miller. She's been missing for 10 plus years now, and police and FBI are taking a new look into the case. If you want to know more about this case, please continue watching.
You are watching Roll a Mile in My Shoes TV.
Maria Nina Miller was born August 28th, 1976 in the Philippines. She has black hair, brown eyes, and stands at approximately 5 foot 1 inches tall and weighs 125 pounds. She's listed as an Asian female and her nationality is Filipina. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for the information leading to the location of Maria Nina Miller. Maria Nina Miller was last seen on February 5th, 2011 at the Dandy Mini Mart in Wysox, Pennsylvania. It's believed that she may have traveled from Pennsylvania to West Virginia with a relative, which many people are thinking it is her husband, Kenneth Miller, because it was said that she was going to visit his mother, who was in the Charleston area in the hospital. Nina Miller was born in the Philippines and she moved to the U.S. with her husband, who was in the United States Army at the time. His name is Kenneth Miller, and Crime Stoppers is also offering an extra $2,000 to anyone with any information who can lead them to the whereabouts or location of Miss Miller. Now, the FBI has, renewed their interest in the case because they feel that her family and those who knew and loved her or know and loved her deserve to know of her whereabouts for the last 12 years and what she's been up to since she went missing. Now, the suspicious part that I think is making this case even stranger is that her husband said that when they got to the parking lot of the hospital where his mother was supposed to be, Nina demanded that he take her to Virginia, and he said he dropped her off at an unknown apartment complex, and that was the last time anyone seen or heard from her, because a while after that they were not able to make contact with her, so no one knows where she went after she was dropped off at this unknown apartment complex by her husband. Now, what I find strange about this is who is going to just simply be okay with dropping their wife off at some unknown apartment complex and not at least making sure that she gets into the apartment where she's going safely, or at least try to remember the name of the apartment so that you can maybe come back and pick her up later, or maybe if you want to come back and make sure that she's okay, you can do that and you'll know where she is. But nevertheless, Miss Miller was last seen at the Dandy Food Mart in Wysox where she worked, and she reportedly told her co-workers that she was going to visit Kenneth's mother, and she had taken 2 planned days off of work, And she told her coworkers that she was going to visit her husband's mother because she was ill, and she was at the Charleston Area Medical Center in Charleston, West Virginia. Now, that is what's strange, because both her and her husband reportedly went to Charleston to visit his mother, and that's when he says that once they got into the parking lot, that's when the argument started, and that's when she demanded that, you know, he take her to that unknown apartment complex. And so since then, no one has heard from her or seen her since. And that makes me think that this man is as guilty as all get out, because I mean, if that was anybody in their right mind, they're going to say, okay, I got that you might be mad at me right now, but at least I'm going to make sure that you get into this apartment, okay? And they will also be taking mental note to remember the apartment complex that they dropped her off at, so that, you know, if anything does happen, they'll know where to send help or, you know, go back to find her. So, and I mean, I hate to say this, and, you know, if anybody else, when you all listen to this, you might think the same thing I'm thinking. This man is in the U.S. Army, or was at the time. I don't know what his position is or was in the Army at the time. But I get the feeling that, you know, he might have seen some things during his time in service where he might know how to make a couple of people, you know, no longer exist on this planet, if you catch my drift. So I don't think his wife just up and disappearing is a coincidence, and I don't think she went missing on her own, you know, free will. I don't think she just said, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, walk away and not contact any family or friends for the next 12 years, you know, just because. I think, you know, to me, this screams, I wanted out of my marriage, and I knew that it would cost me more to get out of my marriage, so I'm gonna get rid of my wife, type of thing. Or as the old song by an artist by the name of Johnny Taylor, I believe, said, it's cheaper to keep her, and he no longer wanted her. So I think that is why he might have gotten rid of her, because, you know, it was more easier for him to get a divorce if he could declare her legally dead and move on with his life. But that's my opinion. But anyone with any information about this case is asked to call the Pennsylvania State Police in Towanda at 570-265-2186. Again, that number is 570-265-2186. Or you can also contact the Criminal Investigation Assessment Unit at 570-822-5515. Again, that number is 570-822-5515. Or you can also contact the FBI Pittsburgh field office at 800-CALLER-FBI. Again, that is 800-CALLER-FBI. Or you could also submit a tip at tips.fbi.gov. Again, that is tips.fbi.gov. But that is all for this video for now, guys. If you like the video, please don't forget to leave me a like. Please don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section below. And if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.